Hey guys, welcome to another video, and in this one we are going to be talking about the mysticism that's apparently going to be in Assassin's Creed Origins. Apparently in the game there will be something of a focus on the mysticism, so I suppose it's worth a video just talking about what I think that mysticism might be, how it might be presented, and how in many ways it might, you know, just be a part of the game and the experience overall. So we know the game's going to have some mysticism to it, which is probably what you would have guessed considering that it's set in ancient Egypt, and ancient Egypt was a society almost based completely around these mysticisms. I suppose the logical thing to think about here would be the Egyptian gods, and why the Egyptians actually worship them. Is it because they're actually gods, or are they just people with pieces of Eden pretending to be gods? I suppose they have to have some presence for people to believe in them so strongly, so maybe in certain missions we as Bayek will do things regarding the gods. In other words, the gods may be just people with pieces of Eden that we have to kill, which I think they are actually. And along the way have to deal with their illusions and things caused from the pieces of Eden and things like that, which would create quite a mysterious atmosphere. Because I doubt killing somebody with a piece of Eden is going to go down in a mission without some form of piece of Eden type magic ting, you know? When talking about mysticisms, they are of course referencing the religion of ancient Egypt and all the gods and things, so it would have to have something to do with them, so there have to be some presence. Maybe Bayek goes around debunking these malarkey business, and maybe just getting small side quests that aren't related but are at the same time. So you might have people randomly dying in a town, when in reality he's just a serial killer, but people might think, oh, nah, it's the gods punishing us, and then you have to find the serial killer and bring them to justice, but have this religious guy over your shoulder the entire time, and things like that. Things that are minor, and at the same time, things that are major in the story would be quite interesting as well. So maybe an entire district of a city, or maybe a little village, are all kind of tranced by some piece of Eden so that they believe that this guy is a god in like human form. However, in reality, this person's just using a piece of Eden to mask the fact that they're nothing special and pretending to be a god. Things like that. That would be quite interesting to see. Another mystical thing that might be a thing is probably that giant snake. Now, I won't gloss over the giant snake for very long because I don't think there's really much of a point. But this could be an example of a mystical element in Assassin's Creed Origins. Maybe it's a legit snake that's bloody massive, or maybe it's a hallucination. Things like that, you know? Nothing too major. Maybe caused by a piece of Eden, an illusion caused by a piece of Eden, things like that. That'll make sense into the mysticism, and it would also mean who conjured it, probably one of those annoying god things. But maybe there will be entire story arcs based on these mysticisms, like you might have one mission fighting this giant snake, you might have the next one chasing this guy down, this guy might escape, you might have to find them again, and by the time you do, he's already trying to corrupt people with a piece of Eden, trying to control people, things like that. Maybe have that arc there, I don't know, would that be something that they will do? Regardless of how they do it, it is ancient Egypt, they're going to throw in mysticism in some manner because the fact that religion was such a large part of their community, I think. I don't know, it was, yeah, they had loads of gods, they had the gods that they would pray to, they're gods for certain things, and all in all, I think that they would play a massive part in any ancient Egyptian story, especially in Assassin's Creed 1, because they'll be able to explain some of it. So when Ashraf Ismail is addressing mysticism in Assassin's Creed Origins, I do think for the most part he's on about the gods and how they're about and things like that, and what's really the case, you know. I reckon that's going to be some of the mysteries that Bayek will unsolve, like people pretending to be gods, things like that. That'll be very interesting. But I suppose for the full answer we'll have to wait and see until the game comes out, which is on the 27th of October 2017, which is only 4 months away. But there you have it, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share, comment, let your friends know about this channel. Tell me what you think down below. How do you think the mysticisms will factor into Assassin's Creed Origins story or otherwise? And I will see you all in the next one with another video. So yeah, so